Hello everyone, I'm Tim from Tim's PC and I build custom PCs to suit anyone's needs or budget. I also live stream my builds and repairs for transparency and educational purposes. So if you would like to get an awesome new PC and you'd like to see it get put together live, send me a message today. Alrighty, so I haven't been live for a few days actually. It's been a kind of crazy few days for us with some family issues, I guess we would say. That would be the short version of it. But yeah, some of you might know we care for Christine's mum, and yeah, there's been some issues there. So yeah, that's kind of occupied a bit of my time and stuff. So haven't done any lives. I've probably been neglecting getting back to some people via message and stuff like that. So I do apologise for all that. But yeah, family things come up and shit happens. But we're back here tonight, so I've got a bit of stuff here I wanted to catch up on. So I thought I'd use this opportunity and we'd do it live. So I've got a PC that I've sort of been putting together in my spare time here. I just need to add some RGB fans to it. And we've got a motherboard that was sent back. So this customer had random problems with his computer and he didn't talk to me about it. He took it to some other random computer shop who told him he had a bad motherboard and hooked him up with a new motherboard. And now he sent back this one to me as faulty. And I said to him, well man, honestly, I don't trust any random shop that you bought it to. Computer shops love selling customers new motherboards. And this guy's an older guy. You know, he's not my age, for example. And, you know, computer shops, they prey on people who might not know as much about PCs. So I've said to him, I'm like, send it back to me, but I can't put it back for a warranty claim if it's not a faulty board. So if I don't have a faulty board, then yeah. So what have we got there? Hey Jamie, how you going? Good to have you with us. So what we're going to do, and then we've also got a laptop here. So this laptop just needs a bit of TLC. I think it may need a new keyboard. It may be something that I can just clean up. Had coffee spilt on it and stuff like that. Some of the keys don't seem to work when you type on them anymore. We're going to open it up and we're going to see what we can do with that keyboard. If I can repair it, I do like to repair things as opposed to get things new. But there comes a point where yeah, it's not repairable. But we'll go through all that. But I thought we'd probably start tonight with the easiest project, and then if the cleaning out the laptop keyboard takes a bit longer, then we can do that tomorrow morning. So this PC here, this has Christine's old graphics card in it, which is a GTX 980 Ti Founders Edition. And we've got it here on just an ASRock H470 motherboard with an Intel i3 10105F, 16 gigs of RAM, and we've got some nice RGB cable extensions there for the graphics card. And so all we're going to do here is we're just going to swap this fan. We'll probably put this black one, I'd say, on the front there. Yeah. Hey Russell, how you going? Good to have you with us. Yeah, just finishing up this PC which I've been building in my spare time the last few days. Had some family issues, which are always fun. Just leave that hanging there for now. So this card here, being a Founders Edition, is a blower card. And what that means is it actually sucks in air from within the case and it blows it out the back. So it's actually kind of like an extra exhaust fan. It's exhausting all that heat from the graphics card outside of the case. So that can be a good thing. So we're going to unplug this fan here.
Tim.
Yeah.
Hey,
hey Ryan, how you going? So if you just joined me, this is a PC I've put together that has Christine's old graphics card in it. GTX 980 Ti Founders Edition. So, magnetic dust panel there. And so I would just like I'd like cool air just blowing directly underneath the graphics card, so it's getting cool air from outside the case onto it and being sucked in through the blower and exhausted out the back. So I'm going to position this case fan around here in the case so we get the nice flow of air like under there being fed through the graphics card there. And then we're just going to put the three RGB fans, 2 on the top, 1 at the back. It'll look pretty good. Yeah.
Ryan's very happy with these you built in May. I have a few mates that will contact you very soon.
Ah, awesome, man. Love it.
Mick says hi. Hey, Mick.
Hey, Mick, how you going? Yeah, we haven't been live for a couple of days, so I thought I'd catch up on a bit of work. And so yeah, this PC will be going up for sale. So I haven't worked out the exact pricing, but it's going to be under $1,000. So it's going to represent pretty good price performance with that GTX 980 Ti in there.
So,
yeah.
Mick says going good.
Awesome. And then yeah, we got a motherboard that was customer took it, didn't even tell me he was having any problems, and he took it to another shop. I don't know who owns it, I don't know them. So he sent me back this board that's apparently faulty, but like I said to him, I'm like, man, I can't send back a board that just because someone said it was faulty. I have to actually provide my own evidence that it was faulty. And while I could ask for a written report from the PC shop that had repaired it, I'd sort of prefer to do my own due diligence, and we're going to take a look at that. So we got that one fan there blowing cool air onto our graphics card, and then we're just going to chuck these extra fans in. Okay, what do we get with them?
Tim.
Yeah.
Alex says hi.
Hey, Alex. Sorry. Hey, Alex, how you going? I'm just dying, just dying of COVID over here. Of course. Okay, so we shall. Yeah.
Mick says Rona.
Rona. Yep, that's the one. you seen a packet of, oh no, hang on, I think, no, that's empty. Have you seen a packet of Leon Lee accessories? No? I thought I had it. Here we go. See, I usually know what I've got. If I'm looking for something, I might not know where it is straight away. It is very hard to have everything in reach of this desk at any one given time. Okay, so because we've got a very basic motherboard here, we're going to need this fan controller here to plug these fans in. This motherboard only has 2 fan headers, so we're going to need that. And we have to use an independent controller here for our RGB. So, actually, we should be able to daisy chain that actually, because I've already got one controller in for the strips, because we don't have a 5-volt addressable header on this board either. So this is one of those boards that you don't buy if you're just a casual builder, because it's got too many like drawbacks that you'll find it hard to deal with if you don't just have stuff like this lying around. Yeah. Hey Richard, how you going? So we'll plug that controller in at the top here, and so this is good for 6 fans, and it has SATA power cables, so it can be independently powered. Okay, so as for the position of our fan controller, so as long as you've got room on all sides to plug it in, everything in, you're generally fine. You can theoretically just leave this loose in the back of the case. You don't have to stick it down, but we'll stick it down. Make sure you give these a good press down on all corners and in the center. If you just sort of snap it on with one sort of hit with your hand, it will probably stuff up on you and fall off. Okay. Yeah. Ah, sweet as. Yeah, so this one's just one I put together because I had Christine's old graphics card lying around, and I was like, what parts have I got lying around? What can I do with that? Because I'll get more selling this as an actual working PC as I will trying to sell a card on its own. So I was like, well, let's go and add that value. And I've been putting together this in my spare time. And we're going to finish it up tonight. I've already got the operating system installed, Windows updated, everything else, like in terms of software, is all good to go. So these are the Inwin Sirius loop, not Sirius, Sirius, as in like the constellation. Well, it's not really a constellation, it's more of a system. It is a binary or trinary system. It's the brightest. It's like the brightest star in the sky, I think. The blue giant. I don't know. I can never watch enough stuff about space. All right. These other two in place.
Tim,
Yeah.
Dylan says, "I'll definitely be spending money on upgrading my PC soon. Sick of Dota 2 crashing mid-game."
Oh, dude. No. It's 2021. Dota 2 should be running at massive frame rates, like no matter what graphics card you have. I mean, I could, Dota 2 will run on like a GT 1030 and stuff. So. Didn't Dorwood test it with like a GT 710 the other night?
Yes.
And it was like okay.
Yeah.
Like, but then it was like, oh, but this is like a really kind of older game now. I don't think it ever was like an absolute crazy game to run. It was never like a crisis. So. Okay. Yeah, so these fans here just have a loop, an RGB ring around the edge. They're not like the ones where the LED illuminates the blades. Now, I'm pretty sure you can pick up a 3-pack of these for around the $30 mark, I believe. So, not too bad. Oh. Do you want to help out? You can take that other motherboard, and I can give you another motherboard to get the CPU and the RAM out of and plug into that one.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, why are you chucking that away? There's only a single clip. They pull out at the bottom. Which way do you turn these?
They turn like that, and then they pull out. arrows.
Yeah, I can't twist it.
Yeah, they're a bit stiff, aren't they? There you go. I try to get her to do things and like it's like really. I'm like, oh, that'll be easy.
No.
Hey, at least the clips, the Intel stock cooler clips, clipped in there well. Didn't want to come out.
Should I wipe it down or just leave the paste on it?
Just leave the paste on it. It's going to be fine.
Aha. Okay.
One cool thing
I
is
really don't know how the cap goes back on.
oh, the cap doesn't go on there. The socket goes down,
Oh.
and the cap.
Oops.
Socket goes down, and then the cap. The cap goes on. That press it down, it clips in place. Is it fit on all corners? Yep. Sweet. What I was going to say is these fans here, they are daisy chainable. So we could plug one in and plug another one in. So I almost didn't need this controller. Oh, well I did, because see there won't be enough voltage coming off the single header on the motherboard. That's why this fan controller had a SATA adapter to plug in. Give it that extra power that it needs. So our fans can run at full speed. Full power. Power on. How we going? Can we get away with not tying this down with a shitload of cable ties? I think we can.
There you go. Oh,
Right.
this one.
Yeah, swap the feet. So because I took it off, I put it in the unlock position. So now they've all got to go back to the lock position. So pull away from the arrows. And now you can put it down the board, and you'll hear a high-pitched click when they go back in place. And I have to press them down. What am I looking for? I wanted to fire this one up. Let's see what she looks like. I'm not concerned about the operating system or any of that. I just want to see how this looks with these new fans, because I've already installed Windows and done all that.
Sweet.
You heard the click for each one?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And they're all
Yeah, once you feel that click with those Intel stock coolers, you'll know every time with confidence that you've done it. Okay, so let's power this one on. Sweet. Sweet. This looks like a mad $1,000 gaming computer. I'd buy this. Like those fans? They look alright, eh? The ring is really nice and bright. Like how well you can see it really clearly in the video there. Alrighty, so let's go and just shut her down.
Oh, I just zoomed in.
Ah. We'll be listing that one for sale soon. I'll put it on the page, but it will be, because it has second-hand parts, it will be sold over Marketplace. Still through my business, you still get an invoice and everything like that. I just usually market new PCs on the Tim's PC page, and second-hand stuff is Marketplace. So, little differentiation, it's how my brain works, so don't worry about it. Anyway, we're on to the next one. Thanks to Christine, she has it all looking good for me.
I hope I got the RAM in there right. I always get nervous when I put those in because I'm scared I'm going to break it, but I tried to press down on it and make it click.
No, they're fine. They're fine, but they're in the non-optimized slots.
Oh, I thought I did.
See there's a diagram.
Yeah, but I put them in one.
No, see. I'll show you see the diagram.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. It's just as it is. So we use 2 and B2 and A2 first. Yeah, I know. Why is it not A? Yeah, I know. You don't have to make these arguments with me. I didn't design the board, and I'd make it a bit better than that. My OCD wouldn't allow me to have slot A2 and B2 be the first two that you use, while A1 and B1 be the second two. But that's their logic there. Alrighty. So, actually, before I get too ahead of myself, I believe I had a BIOS to update. So, I'm just over on my PC at the moment. So when was our latest BIOS update? Okay, April this year, and there was another one in January. Well, let's download F6 and just plug my SSD in.
10.
Yeah.
Nick wants to know what you've got there. What you're doing.
What we've got here, so yeah, okay, yeah, this board, so this came back to me from a customer, and basically he said he had problems with it, and he took it to like a random computer shop, and I don't know them, and they told him he had a bad motherboard, and he sent it back to me, and I said to him, like, man, I'm not 100% confident that it's a bad motherboard. It might be. But I can't return and can't process a warranty claim for you on it without actually testing it and making sure that it is actually a faulty unit. It looks bad on my part when I send back merchandise that works well. Then they're just like, this guy doesn't even know what he's talking about. So I don't do that. I make sure that I've tested it as thoroughly as I can before I send something back. So what we're going to do here is we're gonna see what the issue is. We're gonna fire up my SSD. I'm going to do a BIOS update on it. So before I get too distracted explaining what I'm doing, let me get that BIOS update on the SSD so I can actually move forward with it. So many drives connected. Here we go. Portable NVMe, and we have B460F6. Beautiful. Okay. So let's plug in some peripherals. And this has got an i3 10105 non-F, so we don't need a graphics card here. We can just plug this directly into the back of the motherboard, which some of you might find out when you get your computers doesn't work for most computers these days, unless you're buying an entry-level PC, which is the sort of PC that would have an i3 10105 non-F in it. And so we only need to plug in 2 power cables there. And I just need to plug in my power supply. And now, with a little help of my screwdriver, we can turn it on. And so let's share the screen so you can see what's going on as well. What do we have here? That's fine. It's just retraining for a different CPU and memory. That's all that reset was. It's just going through its posting. Give it a second. There we go, and we post. Oh, it's doing math. It's doing math. Yeah. Okay. So.
That's a pretty motherboard.
Yeah, it's a nice motherboard.
Light? No, it's good. I feel like that light should be on the other side though.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, we want to go to Q Flash, I'm going to update BIOS, and we want to use that's weird. Yeah, that's definitely the one. Okay, let's go into it again. And it's showing empty. It's not, no, let's get what's up here. Bear with me a second. going to be treated to my PC. Okay, so what the fuck happened there? Okay, yeah, it's there. It is fucking there. Okay. Run that BIOS update, and while that's going on, I'm going to start pulling apart this laptop. So I hope too much there's
Turned on. Just turn back off. I think it's stuck in a loop.
no, it was doing a BIOS update. Green. Now, BIOS version. So I'm pretty sure, slot entirely. We don't need it for testing purple with SATA and NVMe SSDs on these slots because we do have MSI boards. Some slots are only M2. Let's supply back on that. That's generally a good thing. Booting to Windows. Good. Alright, well, let's... Alright. Ugh. On stage. I thought I had a... Okay, that's all of the... There's nothing else at the front. Let's continue with this. Ooh. Drive's not showing up correctly. A really old, like, recycle. It was just... Doesn't matter. I've heard me say before that, like that, we can just leave that sitting loosely like that, and that's fine. So why is it doing? I mean, that's working, but it's like... I'm going to pull the CMOS battery out. Okay. Listen to that.
Whoa, that sounds like it.
I know, right? Come on. There we go.
Gotta love laptops.
Oh yeah, it's once you get a bit of the outside out, it's relatively easy to run your fingers, like just run your nail through the crack.
CD drive.
Yeah. Just pull the entire thing out. Ugh. We'll definitely be cleaning that. And we have single channel memory. So there's nothing we can do as far as memory upgrades. We have a 1 terabyte hard drive in here. We have that's a CNVI Wi-Fi module. Very good. We might be able to upgrade the Wi-Fi. Let me just have a closer look at this. This is... I'm not recognizing anything about what standard it uses. Well, you could potentially put an AC CNVI Wi-Fi module if that's not already one. So if that was just a Wi-Fi N, this would be a bit of an upgrade there. And then as for the keyboard, we're going to have to pull like this whole thing apart to access the keyboard. I might have to watch a quick video to get to that keyboard, because it's so much quicker than trying to work your way around a laptop that you've never opened up before. If you can't see the obvious things, like I think we'll have to pull the motherboard out. But yeah, so
Looks like it's snap off.
yeah, they do. This is the battery. So this needs to be replaced. So that definitely needs to come off. Yeah, so we need to replace the battery on this for sure. We'll replace the hard drive there, and then as for the keyboard, we do need to give that a good clean out. Okay, so we will need, yeah, I should be able to get this locally. Shouldn't be an issue at all. This looks very standard. So we do need to remove the battery. So the battery is like the main thing that's kind of annoying for this customer. But then she also just wants, she wants the keyboard fixed, obviously. So we've just got this little clip here on the motherboard. And it just slots out like that. So that's all this battery is. There's no real evidence of any warping or anything like that at the cells. It seems like it's okay. It's probably just got low charge. Alright. So, what do I see under the motherboard there? Yeah. Okay, so as for this keyboard, this is going to be a real pain in the ass to access. So
Looks like something's holding it down on the other side.
like I don't mind sort of stuffing around with it for a little bit, but no, that's just the hinge. I'm not gonna get below it. Yeah, it's just the hinge. Yeah, so that keyboard, see there's this back plate there, and that looks like, oh jeez, that plate, come have a look. So this metal plate here, this has to come off to get access to the keyboard. We've got these little tiny little things, and they're holding it in. That's like melted
little,
plastic.
Yeah, they're like plastic rivets.
Yeah, they're
You'd
like
have
melted.
to snap them.
You'd have to resolder them.
Yeah.
I mean, I can resolder it. I can do that. It's just going to be a real destructive entry.
Is the customer even really going to want you to do that though?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I'll probably have to call the customer with this one, because yeah, it's a big job,
Yeah.
and
It's going to take you a bit of time to do that.
yeah.
I might have to help you too.
No, it's like it's really a one-person job. It's such a small area that you're dealing with. So, look, I think I'll have to tell the customer about how it is inside. I'll show them some photos and stuff like that. They'll be like, I can do that, but I don't want to attempt it like for no reason, because it's gonna either require a new keyboard, and either way, there's no way getting around the relatively high cost of labour that would be involved here. Some laptops have really easy to remove keyboards, like you open it up and like the keyboard kind of just like unplugs. Other ones have, that's the thing about laptops, there's a million different. So I'll show everyone what I'm talking about here. So we make it a bit bigger now. So the keyboard is behind this metal plate which runs behind the motherboard there. So everything has to be taken out. And if you have a look closely, this is held in with these like plastic rivet things. It's like sorted, so they're like bits of melted plastic that's like holding that plate into the board. So to get into this, I need to get my screwdriver and like cut all of these out to gain access to the keyboard. So it's going to be a pretty big job. Plus I have to take like literally everything out of here to do anything with it as well. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at with this one at this stage. So whether it's worth fixing, whether it's just get a new one, I'll leave it up to the customer. So we've had a look at it. Alright. We got some software installed here. Why so many pending install? Oh, why is it offline? So I mean, so far this board hasn't really had any issues. It's something weird at boot there, but I wouldn't really call that a major fault. I mean, one thing I could do is we could attempt to dry clean it, and no, not like at the dry cleaners. So because the keyboard is how it is, we could potentially remove some of the caps of these keys, possibly. And then we might be able to, with the keyboard upside down, spray 100% pure isopropyl alcohol up in there, which should melt away any of the coffee residue and stuff, and maybe giving it a thorough clean might fix the keyboard. That would just be that would be an attempt without actually replacing the keyboard. Because essentially, if I could access the keyboard, I would be cleaning it with isopropyl alcohol. So everything looks all good over here, it looks like. I don't know, I mean, I'll talk to the customer and find out more about the problem that he was having. I mean, this all seems fine. Yeah.
Nick says, what's good too?
Hey Nick, how you going?
Nick says, you miss me?
Oh, I haven't seen you for ages, man. What have you been up to?
Bought a new mic and headset for his PC days ago.
Oh, yeah.
He says, working because it's illegal not to.
It's working because it's illegal not to. Yeah, who knows?
So,
Yeah.
Nick says, every day I come home, pass out, it's honestly a dream.
Sounds like full-time work. Oh, it's a portable. Well, I mean, like, with this board, I mean, I can't bring back a board that that posts and like works, and it's not blue screening on me and stuff. That's not a warranty claim. The best I'm probably going to be able to offer this customer is like a partial refund for the board. That's like the best I can really do for him. If he wants to, you know, make as much money as he can from it, I can send it back to him. But like, it's a second-hand board now, so I can't sell it as a new item. So I can't pay. I can't even give him a full refund for it because I can't refund it. So company I bought it from won't refund that.
No, but like not working.
They'll get it. They'll turn it on. They'll be like, it works. Okay, well, she just jumped on the roof. Got a different edition of Crystal Disc Info for something a bit different. So if you want to see all the different ones, I'll cycle through. I like this one.
This one's inspiration.
What's that? Hey Simon, how you going? So I have no idea what this anime is, just FYI. They just have anime editions of this app, so yeah, of course I want the cool one. And for something different, I'd get this one. Definitely this one. It's nearly done its thing. So I've gone through the whole Windows install here, nothing's crashed. So this is a SSD that I'll keep around as just a standard Windows bootable SSD. You might notice there's some apps here that you don't normally see me install, and some apps that I usually install that aren't installed. That's because this is not going to a customer. This is just me. This is just for my purposes and uses. Alright. Since you won't give you the option to install those other updates, we'll restart now. Oh yeah, that's not the best for this customer. That seems to be working fine. Anyone want a good deal on a B460 Aorus? Whenever you're ready, Windows. I got all night. Yeah, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth's fine. I thought all these downloaded and installed. Yeah, it's a bit of a bugger about how this is put together inside, and this is just, you know, an example of how they're kind of like, they don't like making laptops very user serviceable. So I mean, it's not that we can't replace this, it's just that actually replacing it, yeah. They've done it in such a way that if you do replace it, that's going to be the last time that it gets replaced, theoretically. Because if you were going to put this back, you'd just re-solder it. So once this plate's sorted down, it's really hard to sort of get it out. You could get into it again, but they make it hard. They could make it easy with like a couple of screws holding it in place, but they don't. They've also got weight criteria to hit, so they design it with things like that to save on weight. See all these BIOS files. Go. Got our BIOS folder there with a little chip logo. Alright, let's restart and it should be all good to go, and I should be able to run some stress tests and stuff and it should be fine. Latest BIOS on it. Okay. So I'll just give it a bit of torture for a bit. So this is all being done off the CPU here. There's no graphics card. How is our little i3 holding up? Very well. It's running at 60 degrees. .14 frames a second here at 720p. So you don't want to use the onboard graphics on your Intel chip for gaming. You got a Ryzen 5600G. It does well. Okay, let's... Let's put it under even more stress than what we usually do. Oops, Cinebench is stalled while this is running. Alright, well, I mean, realistically, it looks like this motherboard's fine. I mean, we could plug graphics cards into it and all that, but as for the laptop, we'll have to talk to the customer about that one for sure. But yes, looks like I've got some bad news for this customer, because this board is completely functional. There's like nothing wrong with it. It's behaving exactly as we would expect. It's an updated BIOS on it now. Alright, I think I've realistically seen enough. Okay. Yeah, we've done them. Cumulatives. Set time date to the actual time. No, I kid you not. Alright, let's run. I'll show you what you can do with the onboard graphics here. Low, 720. Yeah, let's see how this goes. Oh. I don't have MSI Afterburner and Reaver Tuner set up. Oh yeah. So this is running at 55 frames a second here, 720p lowest settings. So you could like just get away with it on some games. Okay. Yeah, so definitely no refund. No warranty claim on this board, man. I just can't send back a board that's completely functioning fine for a warranty claim. You just can't do that. It just wastes everybody's time. And all they're gonna do is they're not gonna tell me that it was fine and stuff like that. They're just gonna go. They're gonna take the board, then they're gonna go, yeah, we're returning this board to you repaired. And they wouldn't have done anything. They would have just tested it and go, it's fine. So let's run some shutdowns and whatnot. Oh, look at that. Turn it off and it turns on for a second. It's changing some power states on it. Yep. It's just doing exactly what it's meant to do. So yeah, I'm not gonna just keep doing this all night. Obviously, there's only so much we can do. I've done a full Windows install on it. We've run some stress tests on it. that's about it, really. Alright, so where do we get to? So we finished off that first PC with Christine's old GTX 980 Ti in it. Still a pretty good card. Like that'll run, you know, you can run like heaven, like, you know, roughly like in line with what, probably like a 1660 Super or something like that. That's pretty much the card. That's roughly what it's equivalent to. What's in it. So it's like a 1660 Super PC, just with an older graphics card. Take that into consideration. And then as for the motherboard, it seems to be fully functioning board. So I don't know what this other shop did in terms of testing on it, but yeah, I could not recreate the problem here tonight. So it is what it is. And then as for the laptop, yeah, just due to how the keyboard is mounted inside this case, makes it very labor intensive to get into it. So I will have to talk to the customer about what she wants to do with regards to that, and also just like in general with the laptop, whether it makes sense for her to purchase a new laptop, because I mean I could just get her a new laptop and then she could be just done with it. So that might be the better option for her. So instead of worrying about a battery and all this, because it's going to quickly add up to nearly the cost of like a replacement laptop. I mean what's this got? This has just got a single 8GB stick in it, 1TB hard drive. Be good with a SSD instead, but yeah, I mean that would all be achieved with a with a new laptop. So yeah, always important to weigh all those options up in terms of what you're spending and what makes sense for you personally. So that's where we're at with that. And then I don't think I got another build on tomorrow night. Possibly. We'll see what happens. I know there's one guy who's ready to buy. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, like I finally got to the end of a long backlog. So I would have liked to have had a couple of days off, but with this fucking family shit, you just got to deal with it. So, well, thanks everyone for watching tonight. A little bit different, not the normal one, but we attacked 3 different problems here, and we took it as far as what we could tonight, I think. So yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all.